What is it, Zeph? Oh, you got activity outside, huh? You watching them? Good girl. Hey, kia ora. Helen from coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling, magic Monday. Yes, we'll do some little magic. There we go. That's the extent of my magic ability. How has your day been? Mine has been amazing. It's super fantastic and sparkling. And Zeffy is on the dash looking out. This van pulled up. I can't see what's written on the side of it, but he's got letters on top. And he just walked into the house across the road with something on his back. And it looks like he might have a sprayer there. So maybe he's there to spray for bugs and ants or something. I don't know. But Zeffy's got activity out the window to watch. It has been an amazing day. I didn't have much planned for today, but then I ended up helping train somebody today, which was awesome. So that was this morning, and and then after that was done and I did my live, I went to find Zeffy, and of course she's curled up on the bed in the very back corner, which is where her bed is at night. It's basically where the pillow for a second person will go. That's where Zeffy sleeps, and she's got her own little nest there, and so she's curled up there. So I crawled up on the bed to talk to her and give her some scratches and see what she's doing. And the next thing I knew, I was waking up and she was no longer on the bed, and I had a nice little hour-long snooze. So, and I wasn't feeling tired when I got in there to talk to her, and I'm just trying to figure out what she's doing. Crazy dog, I tell you. And I didn't even realize that I was tired or anything. I mean, I wasn't tired when I got there. I felt energized. I felt great. And I get on the bed with her and start talking to her and giving her scratches and stuff. And the next thing I know, it's an hour later, I'm waking up and she's not on the bed, and I apparently had a nap. So somewhere along the way, I got zonked. So, but it's been a great afternoon. I thought, because I had to train for the morning, which was pretty cool. And then I thought, wow, I've got the afternoon free. What am I going? I'm going to go watch a movie. Yeah, that didn't happen. I got zonked. But then I came out and I sat here and I finished off Pork Pie Pandemonium, which is that book I was telling you about. And he was a detective. Oh, damn it. Detective constable. Detective superintendent. That's what he was. He was a detective. The Albert Smith is a retired detective superintendent from the police force in England, and he's the one he's going around, and this was book one of his culinary capers. And his theory is that he's going to go to these different places that are famous for different food, different English dishes, and one of them was a pork pie. So he went to I've forgotten the name of the place, Mayberry, I think it was. He went to this place which is actually known for its pork pies, and it was a really good story. And he's got Rex Harrison with him, who is a fired police dog because of his bad attitude. I think his attitude's great. I mean, you get to read the thoughts that the dog's having at the time, and how he thinks humans are silly because they have a nose but they don't know how to use it. And he's quite the character as the dog, and he makes the whole book absolutely hilarious. It's kind of a cozy mystery type book, and but what was really cool is that when the author finished the book, she actually because it was written by a guy, he actually took you to he actually gave you the history behind the English pork pie, what it is, how it came around, how it came to be, but not only that, he also talked about this little town that is known for the pork pie, and they are famous for it. And if you don't live within a certain radius of the town, you cannot put their is it Mayburn? I think it's Mayburn. You can't put the town name on your thing to say that it is a Mayburn pie, pork pie, or anything like that. So and he says you can actually go there and you can actually take these classes on how to make your own pork pies and all this sort of thing. And so a lot of what he had in the book was true as far as the layout of the town goes, walking around the town and everything else. So I'm kind of curious now to go and read the rest of the series to see what other, and then they had a recipe there so you could make your own pork pies. So I thought that was really cool. It's just this nice little extra at the end of the book. The only thing I didn't like, and I've got to figure out how to get it, is that at the end of the book, he said there's this little short story that he's done about Rex's adventure with it's called Hellcat, and it's Rex's the dog adventure with this cat in a ring and thinking that there's thieves and all that when it's really the cat that's behind it all, the cat capers or something like that. So it said, click on the picture to see it, and I clicked on the picture and nothing happened. So there was no link behind the picture. So I'm sort of like, how do I get hold of this? But the book was really good, great story. So I finished that off, and it's like, oh, now what am I going to read? I'm actually going to start another book, which is called, if I can find what it's called, Bright Shades, a new historical nonfiction book about spy women. And this is about the role that women have played as spies over the years. And they've got, where's the table of contents in this thing? Oh, they don't say. But they're talking about the role that women have played as spies through the centuries and everything else. And even Cleopatra's listed on here, and Mata Hari, and the daring spy life of the limping lady. Ooh, that'll be interesting. But they're talking about how these women were used to be spies and all of that in this over the decades and everything else. So I'm looking forward to it. That's a nonfiction book though, and I'm like, okay, so that puts 3 nonfiction books that I'm reading. Need some more fiction books because I'm almost at the end of another fiction book I'm reading right now. So I'd probably have about 30, maybe 40 minutes left in that book. So now I'm looking through my library to see what other books can I have. And I've got, hang on. No, I have another genealogy book that I'm reading as well. And this one is based on a forensic genealogist. So they are ones that go in and help find missing heirs. They can help match people up based on DNA. As far as the genealogy goes, they're a whole breed, and they're a very, very interesting breed. And I'm sort of like, ooh. And they deal with adoptions and that sort of thing as well. So I'm sort of like, that's one of the areas I'm interested in maybe specializing in. But I want to get a few more classes under my belt and find out a little bit more about it before I finally commit to it. But there's actually different areas of genealogy, and you've even got building genealogists who actually go and look up the history of a house and the families that live there and what type of people were they, and so they give you the stories of the house, and give you so for some of these houses that are centuries old, they can go in and find all who lived there over the years and what was their role in these in the history of the area revolving around this house. So there's all sorts of interesting things in genealogy that you can go after. So, but this book is a forensic genealogist, and it's one that I'm in the middle of reading, which I kind of forgot I was actually reading it. So I'm going to go back and read that because it's the first one of a series as well. And the 3 times removed that I finished reading last week, I've got book 2 ready to go as well. And that's based, I'm going to be researching the family, and they actually use real genealogical facts as well, which is kind of cool, and wind the story around it. And so I'm going to go and read the second one, which is in the first, in book 1, 3 times removed, we met this guy who was a historical researcher, and now him and the main character from the first book are teaming up to form Maisies Genealogy Detectives. And so now we're going to be learning his story in the next one. So that's kind of like looking forward to that one too. So I've got some good story books lined up right now, and I'm really enjoying them. And haven't read a action book for a while, but I'm kind of enjoying the break and getting the sort of down to just a regular nice story that still has some intrigue in it. It doesn't have like the action that the action stories have, but it's got mystery and intrigue, and of course it's based on genealogy, so it's a win all the way around. And I read just about anything anyway, so that's a really cool one. And we got Zeffie's treats delivered and everything else, and of course when we brought the bags in, her nose was buried into those bags. Like, she got her nose in there and she had a good sniff around each of the, there's actually only 3 bags there. I thought there was 4. Actually only, so she got her nose into each of the bags except the food bags, because of course they're sealed up. But so that was our day. We're about to go for WALK. And but what did you find magical about today? What did you find magical about today? What was your magic? that you found today. My magic was, it was just in the fact that it was a nice, easy day. Being a day that most people were having off, it was a very nice, relaxing day. Even if I was training this morning, it was good. It was still good. And that was at the beginning of the day, so I still had the afternoon to do what I liked. And your tell your story question of the day is, as a kid, did you have to be dragged from bed to get up, or did you get up with no problems? And did that change as you got older? Which is always interesting. And if you think about this, if you used to live in like the southern hemisphere and now live in the northern hemisphere, or you were in the northern hemisphere and now live in the southern hemisphere, did you notice a difference in your sleep pattern? There you go, there's another one for you. Did you notice a difference in your sleep pattern when you moved from one country to the other, or one hemisphere to the other? I noticed that when I moved up here to the States, I suddenly I was very much a morning person. I was like bouncing out of bed first thing in the morning. And even if I go back to New Zealand, when I've been back to New Zealand for the times I've been back, I'm still being one to wake up early and bounce out of bed in the morning. So that didn't change. But I did notice it was like within a week, I was waking up early and bouncing out of bed. So it didn't take long for me to get that way. But then, what else? Change of environment, change of scenery, that sort of thing. But anyway, I'm out of here. I got to go WALK the DOG. And even though she's busy watching the guy, he's probably spraying for ants because they're getting really active right now. Which reminds me, I have to go outside and spray around the feet and the hoses and the cables leading into the RV to keep the ants out as well. And I got to figure out how to put it where Zeffy can't stand on it. Yeah. Oh, and I got to go I have to spray the wheel covers, the leveling feet, and the hoses and the cables coming in, because the ants will crawl up the hoses and the cables and stuff and find those little gaps that bring them inside the RV. So, yeah, we're definitely going to be doing that in the next couple of days. Perhaps first thing in the morning when it's nice and cool, and then spray the wheel covers as well and the jacks, just so they don't have anything that they can crawl up. Anything connecting with the ground is going to get sprayed. If it's on my RV and it touches the ground, it gets sprayed. So the ants don't have a way to climb up. And it also prevents the spiders from coming into it. But I'm not too concerned about the spiders. Unless they're poisonous, then I have a problem with them. Never really had a problem with spiders. So unless they're poisonous, then I'm sort of like, yeah, I don't know if you're safe or not. You're out of here. But I am nice to them. I do the glass with the piece of cardboard underneath and take them outside and release them somewhere. So, and still have no clue if they're poisonous or not. But anyway, I'm out of here. Have a super fantastic, sparkling rest of your evening for this Magic Monday, and we'll catch you back bright and early tomorrow morning for Tune Up Tuesday. Hei konera.